The Donkey's Dream. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a donkey on a small farm. For years, the donkey had worked hard, carrying heavy loads for his owner. But as time passed, the donkey grew old and weak, no longer able to perform his duties as before. The owner, angry and frustrated, began to mistreat the donkey. One day, the donkey decided he had had enough. I can no longer stay here, he thought. I will go to Bremen and become a musician. There I can live freely and happily. With that, the donkey set off down the road toward Bremen, dreaming of a new life, meeting the dog. As the donkey walked along a dirt road, he came across a hunting dog lying under a tree. The dog looked tired and sad, his ears drooping. "Why do you look so miserable?" the donkey asked. The dog sighed and replied, "I am too old to hunt. My owner says I'm useless and threw me out of the house. I don't know where to go." The donkey smiled kindly and said, "Don't worry. I'm going to Bremen to become a musician. I'll bray and you can bark. Together we'll make a fine band. Come with me." The dog wagged his tail in excitement and joined the donkey on the journey. Meeting the cat. A little farther down the road, the donkey and the dog heard a sad meowing. They followed the sound and found a cat sitting on a fence near a cottage. The cat's fur was ruffled, and her eyes were filled with tears. "What's wrong?" asked the donkey. The cat sniffled and said, "I used to be a great mouser, but now I'm old and slow. My owner doesn't want me anymore and threw me out. I have no home." "Come with us to Bremen," said the donkey. "We're forming a band. I'll bray, the dog will bark, and you can meow. Together, we'll be unstoppable." The cat's eyes lit up, and she eagerly joined them. Meeting the Rooster. The three friends continued on their way until they reached a small village. There they heard a loud and desperate crowing. Looking around, they saw a rooster perched on a fence, flapping his wings in distress. "Why are you crying out like that?" asked the donkey. "My owner plans to cook me for tomorrow's soup," said the rooster. "Tonight will be my last night alive." "Don't worry," said the donkey. "Come with us to Bremen. I'll bray, the dog will bark, the cat will meow, and you can crow. We'll form a great band." The rooster happily agreed and joined the group. The robber's house. As night fell, the four animals found themselves in a dark forest. They were tired, hungry, and unsure of where to go. Suddenly, they spotted a light shining through the trees. It was a small house. When they approached the house and peeked through the window, they saw a group of robbers inside. The robbers were feasting at a large table covered with food and drinks. The donkey said, "If we can scare them away, we can have the house for ourselves." Scaring the robbers. The animals devised a clever plan. The donkey stood by the window, the dog climbed onto his back, the cat perched on the dog, and the rooster flew to the top. Together they made a terrible noise. The donkey brayed, the dog barked, the cat meowed, and the rooster crowed. The racket was so loud and frightening that the robbers thought a monster had attacked the house. Terrified, they fled into the forest. Feasting and resting. The four friends entered the house and found the table full of delicious food. They ate until they were full and then decided to rest. The donkey lay in the yard, the dog curled up near the door, the cat slept by the warm fireplace, and the rooster perched on a beam. The robbers return. Later that night, the robbers returned to see if it was safe to go back. But when they entered the house, the animals attacked them again. The dog bit a robber's leg, the cat scratched his face, the rooster crowed loudly, and the donkey kicked with all his might. The robbers ran away in fear and never came back. The donkey, dog, cat, and rooster decided they didn't need to go to Bremen after all. The robbers' house was comfortable and safe, so they made it their new home and lived happily ever after. This tale teaches us the value of friendship, cooperation, and finding new beginnings even in the darkest times.